Hello, and thank you for joining Dan Bennett and myself, John Enright. We don't want to take too much time here to provide you with yet another update and details on the coronavirus, as by now you certainly have many sources for that. However, we will take just a moment to remind you to be certain that you are getting your information from reliable sources. Some reliable sources that seem to be most common are the World Health Organization, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, and Johns Hopkins University. And you're seeing on your screen the links to these fine institutions. Please be sure to reference those websites for the most updated information on coronavirus. Monday, March 16th, 2020, ended up being the second worst day in the 124-year history of the markets, based on the percentage decreases of 10 to 12%. The worst day in stock market history was October 19th, 1987, where the markets actually dropped over 22% in one day. While Monday was a very small loss compared to that disturbing day in 1987, it was still a day that most of us will remember for a very, very long time. Your team here at Custom Wealth Management remained diligent in our efforts. It was business as usual for us, right, Dan?
It was.
Well, all right. Maybe we had a few more phone calls, a few more emails, a little bit more reallocation effort than usual. And although there were times that we felt like we were fighting an avalanche with a pitchfork, we consistently reminded one another that we are strong, that we are confident in the ability of the United States to get through this, and that we have a responsibility to you to not only do the absolute best that we can with your monies, but also to reassure you that we will make it through this together. We started our day on Monday with a discussion around 5 points that I had written on the dry erase board before everybody else arrived at the office. We took a picture of that whiteboard this morning so that we could share it with you. As the day finished, it was clear just how strong this team really is. We had low moments, we had high moments, and we actually shared some laughs in the midst of the most challenging day in my 20-plus year career. I'm thankful that we have a strong team to serve you and your family. We'd like to take a few minutes to provide you with reassurance on our efforts as it relates to your financial well-being. A great deal of our effort is focused on confirming that you own good quality positions in the marketplace. Also important, if not even more important, is our effort to assist you in understanding what this most recent volatility means for you and what the future might bring. First and foremost is understanding the impact of emotions and how emotions lead many to make very unfortunate decisions. If you had an opportunity to see our video from last week, you will recall some of these pieces, but I think it's helpful to revisit these. The first is the market cycle and the emotions that tend to occur during the different points in the cycle. These emotions are only natural, and although we all, including us, have felt the very same fear and anxiety that you did on Monday, we're also very confident about what's on the other side. It's also important to understand the approach that we take in managing your money. Again, you will be familiar with this piece.
We worked diligently with you to determine what your withdrawal needs are over the next few years and have built your portfolio to ensure those needs are addressed with little volatility. The portion of your portfolio that is expected to be used in the next couple years is either in cash or identifiable cash that will be distributed via dividends or interest. The next 2 to 7 years of need is allocated to bonds, and the monies that are not anticipated to be needed for at least 7 years are to be allocated to equities. The monies allocated to this part of your portfolio, that 7-year longer monies, are the portion of your portfolio that has experienced the greatest volatility. That's great news, as that means as a result of our work together, we have 7 years for the monies to rebound and most likely regain their losses and then some. While we do not know what will happen, we do know that historically periods of significant crisis, such as 2000 to 2003 and 2008 to 2009, were followed by periods of strong growth in the equity markets. We agree, this time it is different, but what is different is not the resiliency of this fine country, but the actual cause of the decline. Interestingly, the cause of every decline has been unique. What has remained the same is the strength of each one of us to prevail, to respect one another, and to grow from the experience. This time will prove no different. we also want to share with you that emotions are what has led the average investor to perform so poorly over the last 20 years, ending December 31st, 2018. There's the old saying that emotions sell, and that case is in point these last few weeks. As people's emotions get the best of them, they sell. While that saying wasn't necessarily meant in that context, it is clear that people's emotions do, in fact, get the best of them. Great news. You have proven that you're not the average investor, you're strong, and you're not willing to give in to the headline risk and media risk, and you will prevail. One of the biggest reasons for the significant underperformance of the average investor is not that they actually sold at the wrong time, it's that they didn't buy in at the right time. They sold off only to stand by and watch the markets improve and then buy back in. Simply put, they sold low and bought high. They missed their comeback. I believe that it is far harder to buy back into a down market than it is to sell out of a down market. Missing just a few of the best days in the market has a lasting impact. The fact is that most of the best days occur within a 2-week period of the worst days. Take it away, John.
While this time certainly feels different, I'm quite confident that the next time will as well. I'm also confident that the use of the phrase, the new normal, which we've all heard many times, I think the use of that phrase will increase in the near future, just as it did after the 2000 and 2002 and the 2008 to 2009 bear markets. We were here for you during those bear markets, and we'll be here through the current and future ones as well. We'll be your voice of reason. As we leave you to tend to the rest of your day, we want to invite you to reach out to us with any questions you might have. We would be happy to schedule time by phone as we progress through this latest market cycle. Please also keep in mind what has kept us successful in times like this. First, do not buy or sell based on headlines alone. Second, take sensible precautions to keep you and your family safe, especially those that are at higher risk. Third, keep an attitude of gratitude, recognizing how much so many have given and so many are doing to help keep us safe and informed. And finally, fourth, breathe. Set a reminder to practice breathing exercises every hour. The Apple Watch has done amazing things for me in reminding me to breathe, and it was extremely helpful for us as a team on Monday as we dealt with the day that we faced. Thank you, and the two of us look forward to speaking with you in the very near future.
Thank you very much.